Do I look disheveled enough to present? Last night, the Vegas Golden Knights lost 4-1 against the Florida Panthers, which normally I'm not gonna, where is it? The Golden Knights are 11-12-4 since November 5th, which is the 9th worst record in the NHL over that span. In the last 7 games, the Vegas Golden Knights are 1-6-0, which the only team worse than that in that last 7 games would be the San Jose Sharks, who were 0-7-0, now 0-8-0. One more statistic from Sim Vegas. In the first 30 games, Vegas amassed 45 points. In the last 9, they've gotten 4. So in the first 30 games, they missed 15. In the last 9, they've missed 14. Which goes to show you how important that early season not hangover was. Vegas Golden Knights, I guess, just go with the city, with Vegas. You know, pushing off that hangover, that drunk hangover feeling until 20 games into the season. The entire team is in a slump. There are people, however, in the Vegas fan base that are calling for Logan Thompson to be traded. Who are we gonna start instead? Adin Hill's injured. We've got Patera, who's had 3 starts this season, 1 win, but in all 3 of those games has allowed minimum 4 goals in each. Seville, throw him to the Wolves, he's 23 years old. And then there's Vikman and Lindblom. Like, who on earth? Those are all the goalies in Vegas' system. Leonard, I guess? You want us to trade Logan Thompson, who was an all-star last year, is on a basically league minimum contract for this year and next year, to another team for who? Who can we afford? We have no cap space. We don't. Like, that's point number 1. Who else? Point number 2, none of that was his fault last night. Has the last month-ish been Logan Thompson's worst statistical season of his month of his career? Absolutely 100% yes. He's let in some soft goals this year, not performing up to the standard that we've grown accustomed to, which is saying something because he is not one of the worst goalies in the league. He's top half, easy. He was top 10 in the beginning of the season when he had Adin Hill as his partner, because that load that he's carrying and the pressure that he's doing, and then the whole mental gymnastics of what goaltending actually is in the National Hockey League, of it being about confidence, and that confidence being shot for probably the first time in his career, despite the fact that he was an undrafted player, despite the fact that he's on the Stanley Cup and has had an amazing, like, I don't get it. This fan base is so quick to turn against their goalies, except for Fleury, which, except now half the fan base hates Fleury because if the other half that, well, not even half, the extremists in the fan base that were absolutely just 100% against anybody else other than Fleury, despite the fact that statistically he was dropping off a little bit after his Vezina, whatever. I guarantee you, if we won the last 6-7 games that he's played, where he's allowed the same number of goals, but Vegas outscored their opponents in each one of them, we're not talking about trading him. We aren't even, some of this fan base, I swear, we are absolutely spoiled to have had the success that we've had so far. We are 100% blessed, and whatever you want, like that we've had the goaltending talent that we've had. Fleury, a Hall of Famer, as our starter for 4 years. Robin Leonard was an amazing goalie with us. Adin Hill, for a 4th round pick. Laurent Brossoit did amazing in the playoffs last year for us. Logan Thompson is a good goalie who is in a slump. I can't even believe that there. Other things for the game. So we actually started off hot. Red hot. I was like, oh, this is a good game. I'm just gonna casually watch and enjoy because I'm back in Georgia, so it's a 10 p.m. start time, which is nuts. And you know, we have like 4 different odd man rushes in the first 10 minutes, and we score on one of them. Stone with a slapper that goes off the pad, rebounds out to Dorofeev, who Skorofeevs, and it makes it 1-0 Vegas. And like, so good. So good. And then Bobrovsky decided, you know what, I'm gonna return to my 2-time Vezina form like I did last playoffs, except for against this Vegas team, because, you know, absolutely robbed Marchessault twice, 3 times. It was insane. Bobrovsky, Joey Decord, name any other goalie in there, just congrats. The entire team is in a slump. Everyone. No one scoring. No, like, goaltending has been an issue, not the issue, and trading Logan Thompson is not an answer. This team, it's a really good thing we got off to such a hot start, because we're starting to drop now. And, you know, at this point last year, we were like middling with 500 record over a course of, we had a hot December, but like, you know, we struggled, and then at the All-Star break, we hit a gear, we kept going, we never stopped, never looked back. And I think, honestly, like, that's all it's gonna take. This team is good. Bruce Cassidy is a good coach, who desperately needs to run it through the thick skulls of all the players how to do special teams, because allowing 3 power play goals is nuts. This isn't the Edmonton Oilers. Florida Panthers are not power play merchants. And going 0 for 6, 0 for 7 on the penalty kill is absolutely not okay, especially when 2 full minutes in total of 5-on-3 power play and no score. Are you joking me? Absolutely pathetic showing from this team. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening in the locker room. I like, everyone is basically saying, hey, everyone needs to do better. Mark Stone said, forwards, defense, goalies, we all need to be doing better, which, yes, 100%. Making a trade to bring in a fresh meat, you know, maybe that would be good for this team right now. This whole locker room just won the Stanley Cup 6 months ago. They know what they need to do. Riley Smith and Phil Kessel, the locker room, those 2 guys were the glue holding this whole team. No. Do not rush Adin Hill back, though, because I think that's what happened last time, and he got injured within the first period. Shea Theodore, hopefully he comes back. Speaking of injuries and stuff, Kolzar's been out because he's been sick. Denisenko came in, and he was the Grigori Denisenko. We claimed him off of waivers from the Florida Panthers, so that's fun. He's been playing really well in Henderson, and the thing is he was a first overall pick, and then we also just claimed Tobias Bjornfoot from the Kings, who's a first round pick, former defenseman. So we have these new guys that have come in. We have 50 out of 50 contract slots, but Denisenko's first game in a VGK uniform, he's the 77th skater to dress up for Vegas, and against his former club, that he looked like he wanted to do a statement, but in the process of laying a couple of hits, and he committed a couple of penalties. One of them was a little soft, but some penalties are just gonna be soft, and yeah, like the Florida Panthers, they must have been hanging out with soccer players over the summer. The selling that they did was top notch, and they were getting away with it. Like, there's nothing wrong with it because it wasn't being called. They didn't do anything wrong, right? Embellishment is not a penalty in the NHL, right? There's no 2-minute penalty for embellishment written in the rule book, right? Oh my goodness, Bobrovsky, I could have sworn that, like, you just got absolutely sucker punched with the stick instead of it being a light tap, you know? This video is chaos because there's no order. I'm just rambling. I really don't really care. I'm just super frustrated, as I think most of the fan base is, and I don't think we're necessarily in room for panic yet. We're still second in the Pacific. We are up 3 points against the Kings. They have 4 games in hand, though. But we have dropped from 1st to 8th in the league and 1st to 5th in the conference. So, like, I'm not panicked. I am concerned. And I've been concerned for a little bit. And if we continue on this trend to, like, 10 games that we've lost out of the last 11, then I'll probably start panicking. 3 of the Panthers' goals came on the power play, and none of them were his fault. None of the 4 goals last night were his fault. The team in front, like, there was a shot that went short side back against the boards behind the net and bounced perfectly out to Sam Bennett, who rocketed it past his toe. Like, he almost saved that one. And then the other, just, this team is fully capable of turning it around. They just need to decide that they want to. I'm done. Bright spots to look forward to. It can only go up from here. And we won the Stanley Cup 6 months ago. So, not entirely, you know, doom and gloom, but that's gonna be it for Game 39's nightly review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.